department store, at a gasoline station. You get out and you create a crowd.
The Republican Party today is the party of racism.
Half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
Door to door, ordering people to point out where their neighbors of color live. They're pulling over people indiscriminately, including U.S. citizens, and demanding to see their papers.
Get the fuck out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here.
That right there was an example of the Democratic leadership. Lies, deception, and divide. Their goal isn't to serve the American people, it's to fool you into voting for them again. They want power. I want accountability. Welcome back to the conservative side.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet. No peace, no sleep. And guess what? We're gonna win this battle. God is on our side. On the side of the children. On the side of what's right. And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
Now that video you just watched with Maxine Waters, that's really despicable. How irresponsible of a political leader to do something like that. Even though she walked it back later on and said she didn't mean it to incite violence or anything, the damage is done. Crazy people already heard it, and they might act. What she was asking them to do was to, anytime they saw a Republican, if they're out to dinner or something like that, get in their face. Make it, like, terrorize them. What if we did the same thing to the Democratic politicians? What if we did the same thing? Well, they would scream outrage. They'd call us racist.
Republicans, by the way, you know, you hear Republicans today say, Party of Lincoln, he wouldn't recognize these guys. I mean, the fact is that the Republican Party today is the party of racism. Now, I'm not saying every Republican is a racist, but I'm saying their party does hold that up.
Wolverine here. If you're still watching the video, then you understand. This channel stands for no BS, no apologies, just real talk from the right. Hit that subscribe button, join the fight, let's keep winning.
You can put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it. And unfortunately, there are people like that. Now, some of those folks, they are irredeemable, but thankfully they are not America.
News reports simply don't do justice to the level of chaos and disruption and trauma the federal government is raining down upon our communities. 2,000 to 3,000 armed agents of the federal government have been deployed to Minnesota. Armed, masked, undertrained ICE agents are going door to door, ordering people to point out where their neighbors of color live. They're pulling over people indiscriminately, including U.S. citizens, and demanding to see their papers. And at grocery stores, at bus stops, even at our schools, they're breaking windows, dragging pregnant women down the street, just plain grabbing Minnesotans and shoving them into unmarked vans, kidnapping innocent people with no warning and no due process. That campaign.
All lies. Everything he just said is a lie. He needs to be accountable for his words. We need to see a warrant for his arrest. In my opinion, he's doing this to deflect from all the fraud in this state, where he just ripped off all the American people and the U.S. government out of their tax dollars.
Are going to do everything possible to get to the bottom of this, to get justice, and to make sure that there is an investigation that is conducted in full. We've dreaded this moment since the early stages of this ICE presence in Minneapolis. They're ripping families apart, they're sowing chaos on our streets, and in this case, quite literally killing people. So, they are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying. To ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite. People are being hurt. Families are being ripped apart. Long-term Minneapolis residents that have contributed so greatly to our city, to our culture, to our economy are being terrorized, and now somebody is dead. That's on you. And it's also on you to leave. It's on you to make sure that further damage, further loss of life and injury is not done.
Jacob Frey, also from Minnesota, the mayor actually. If you're going to get to the bottom and do a full-out investigation, then why blame ICE immediately? Why not stop there? You know why? Because he's trying to incite violence. He wants the public to be outraged and to counter ICE on the streets. Before we close this show, let's end it with a patriotic video. Something we can all get behind and celebrate. Until next video, this is Wolverine, out.
Fighting for what's right.